All right, good morning, everybody. What's up, good people? What's up to my people on Spreaker? What's up, CG Dub? Good to see you, as always. Good morning to my people on TuneIn. Now, we are just coming online. If you can hear my voice, we're just coming online on YouTube and on Facebook this morning. So let's give it a couple of minutes for people to find the stream. Give it maybe about 90 seconds to 2 minutes for people to share the stream. Good morning to you. I want to talk about numerous things, but today is the first day of public school in Cincinnati. My children just left the home so they could go to school today. I'm sure many of your children or nieces and nephews or grandbabies, they have left. They live in the city of Cincinnati. But what are CPS students returning to? Is it safe to go back to school? New bus routes? Delta variant runs wild? What's the impact of the Gabriel Taye settlement, which nobody's talking about? Have we settled on the SROs, school resource officers, and much more as it relates to students and parents who attend CPS? So I got a bunch of questions I'll throw out there, and hopefully I can get a response for you. And listen, I know you're making that transition this morning. Things are different. The summertime has come to an end. So now you may be waking up a little bit earlier now to make sure your children and your students get to school early. I get it. Hopefully, this show can just be a part of that process as you are making your way from home to school, from school to work, and wherever else you got to do today. It is a beautiful Thursday, August 19th, 2021. And as always, it is my pleasure, as always, to be with you and to chop it up on everything that's happening. This is your morning destination for interesting conversation. So we'll get into it. So let's give it about 90 seconds. I'm going to play the intro, which is plenty of time for us to like and share the show. People can find us, and then we'll get the show started, okay? Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand. I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, got them feelings I throw all my pain on percussion. The disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did and they do not.
All right, good morning, everybody. Let's get straight to it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Among other things, today is the deadline to run for Cincinnati City Council. So if the paperwork is not in today, they is not going to be on the ballot. Simple as that. So we'll get a chance after today to whittle down and see exactly who the Cincinnati City Council candidates are going to be. And as I said, I've already begun my preparations behind the scenes in terms of getting ready for, those conversations for mayor. That's right. Believe it, that's right. There's a mayor's race. There's not a lot of talk about it because there's no other issues that I think are going to be on the ballot. No big time issues. So, yeah, that's right. Avtab Pureval is still running. And David Amadeus, who likes to put white wigs on black children in his campaign videos, is running as well. I'm not biased. Those are facts. Those are facts. I'm not being biased. That's facts. Good morning to you. Facts on facts on facts. What are CPS students returning to? My children just left the house. I'm an 11th grader. I have a first grader. So I'm on both ends of the spectrum. CPS, I ain't done with you yet, and you're not done with me. As I send my kids off today, I'm happy, hopeful, at the same time concerned. I'm concerned about what my children are returning to. New bus routes. The Delta variant is running through the streets like Bo Jackson running through Tecmo Bowl. Something no one's talking about. What's the impact of the Gabriel Taye settlement? And will we see the impact this year? Is there going to be an improvement in terms of the way the CPS deals with situations similar to the case of Gabriel Taye? Nobody's talking about that. And there's still a controversy. There's still, let's say, divergent points of view as relates to school resource officers. Some say we need them, some say we don't. I'll tell you one thing, in Cincinnati, whenever you have a problem, we want to put police in it. Seems like, how do we solve our problems? Increase the police budget. That seems like a door that people want to go through over and over again. So as a parent, as a citizen, as a taxpayer, I'm concerned about a lot of these different issues, and I want to talk about it with you this morning, at least for the first hour. And then we'll move away and perhaps talk about some other things that may or may not be relevant to you. But is it safe to go back to school? Is it safe to go back to school? Now, I know that the Cincinnati Enquirer did an editorial saying that when school opens, kids should be in school. And I respect different opinions, but I respectfully think they're dead wrong about that. I'm not so sure. There's a lot of question marks about how the bus routes are going to work today. Hopefully everything works very, very well. I know a lot of good people have been working on this for the last couple of weeks. Hopefully they'll iron it all out. It all makes sense. A lot of it doesn't make sense to me. You got a shortage of drivers, but now we're running more routes. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Found out from the SORTA board leader that SORTA is down 30 bus drivers. I was under the impression they were down like 130 the way they're talking about it, but 30 bus drivers, I guess that's a huge impact. I'm not trying to lessen it. The Delta variant is running through the streets like Barry Sanders used to run through defenses. At ease, effortless. The Delta variant is out here running out here like Gary. I ain't gonna say it. Like Walter Payton. The Delta variant is out here running through the streets like Walter Payton, setting all-time records. Just running through running through defenses. Again, nobody's talking about what should we as parents expect from the Gabriel Taye settlement. You talk about hush, hush, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about the buses. Everybody's talking about Delta variant as well. They should. Nobody's asking the question, as a CPS parent, what should I expect this year from the Gabriel Taye settlement? Y'all settled with them folks, and you should have settled. CPS should have settled with them 5 years ago. You was wrong, 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 and wrong on top of wrong times 10 wrong. But now y'all had this big settlement. What should I expect? What should I expect? You tell me. 513-873-7134. I guess it's a video show, so I should put myself on the screen. There I is. There I be. Good morning to you. Oh my God. I'm just spinning. I'm just spinning out of control. Y'all better stop me. I'll say it again. No one man should have all this fun. Dale is not shy. He writes, is it safe? No, mofos won't vaccinate and wear masks. Hey, what's up, Jason? He writes up, morning crew. What up with you, Jason? Morning to you, brother. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Tabitha writes, did anyone get a Hamilton County alert yesterday that we were in the red? So why start school? No, I didn't get an alert, but all we got to do, see, they're talking, nobody's really talking about the fact that Hamilton County's in the red because it's inconvenient to the plans that the powers that be have already set us on course for. Like back in February, there was a lot more conversation about whether we should go back to in-person school or not in-person school. There's a lot of conversation about that. Right now, the numbers are in the same place, if not higher than they were in February, but it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient. The school board's already made their decision. The powers that be have already made their decision. So that's the way they do things in Cincinnati. The way that things work in Cincinnati is that when the powers that be make a decision, even if they think it's it's going to be unpopular, they do that shit anyway. And they just don't talk about it, just like they did with the changing of the bus routes. That's the Cincinnati way. So why would we have public hearings? All that's going to do is complicate things. That's the reason why they didn't have public hearings, because they didn't want to. All it would have did was made things more difficult because they had made their decision. And the decision was, we changing these buses. Period. What you going to do about it? Nothing. The people are not prepared to do anything about this right now. I'm calling the people out. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. Lemmy writes, let's get it and let's go. Have a good day at school. Pay attention, learn, and soar like eagles, every student. God bless and be a fence around all the students. Oh, absolutely. I wish nothing but the best for the students out here today. And I hope you have an excellent day. I hope there's no hiccups. I hope every child finds a bus, gets home safely. I hope everything works the way SORTA is saying it's going to work, and CPS. I hope everything works flawlessly. I'm looking for flawless victories at the end of the day. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, welcome to my home. It's the same old house. I ain't doing nothing different. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. 513-873-7134. Is it safe to go back to school? Yeah and nah. That's what I'm looking for. You tell me. In your opinion, is it safe to go back to school? Yes or no? You tell me. We going back no matter what. It's just a conversation piece. We ain't got no power. No power. Good morning to you. Yes. So yes, I do know that Hamilton County's in the red, but so what? What's that supposed to do? So what? What's that mean? How do you feel about it? If you're a CPS parent, listen, for all the CPS like parent groups, please share that in this group so people know that we're on this morning. I know they might be tied up going back and forth, taking their students to school. Some parents may have been planning on the busing, and then now you feel like the busing's not going to be there. So now you got to step in. Now you've made your plans. I get it. A letter to the editor to Cincinnati Enquirer writes, headline, CPS's response to busing change makes all parties look stupid. People are not shy about it, and they shouldn't be shy about it. But what do you think? Is it safe to return to in-person classes? Is it inconceivable that we might, because Delta continues to run through the streets like you fill in the blank, like LeBron on a fast break? Is it possible that we might see a return to digital learning? Remember that? Remember that? It seems like it was a long time ago, but it made a whole lot of sense. I know it was very uncomfortable for some parents. I know it was uncomfortable, but it's all about safety. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Welcome up, or welcome back, and wake up, should I say. Wake up and welcome back. So wait, you should wake up first. Wake up and welcome back. Good morning. Brandy's in the house. She writes greetings. Good morning to you, Brandy. Andrielle writes, good morning, Nate and friends. Eloise is in the house. She writes, good morning, happy Thursday. Tracy writes, good morning. Roy writes, good morning, everyone. Daryl's in the house. He writes, good morning, Nate and the Chopper. Jerome writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Tabitha writes, morning, all. Kev on the cell writes, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Great choppers. Lots of mess, lots of stress, but don't worry, stay blessed. Oh, he in here rhyming? You a new African American and you're rhyming? Come on in. We got room for you. Pat writes, good morning. Sabrina writes, is it safe? Question mark. 31-year-old teacher dies from COVID. I am aware of these stories. I am prepared to talk about some of these stories this morning. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I mean, this is what's happening. I am aware that around the country, there's been some really bad news in certain spaces where educators are dying in some cases. Even a Southwest flight attendant, 36, died after a battle with COVID. There's an NFL football player that most recently who was vaccinated and then well, not take that back. He wasn't vaccinated. He got COVID and nearly died, and he was a big old football player. He was a whole football player out here with COVID, almost dying. I don't know, man. It comes down to that personal preference. Like I said, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with your body, what you gonna do with your body, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We are where we are. And I want to know what you think about it. At 513-873-7134. Good morning to you. Nat's in the house. Rice, good morning. Good Thursday, Choppers. Good morning to you. Anthony's in the house. He writes, good morning, Chomps. Good morning to you. Daryl letting his opinion be heard. Daryl writes, did y'all see the couple in Hawaii get caught with fake vaccinated passports arrested? They not playing. Yeah, it's going to be a whole industry now. Fake vaccination passports. Make you a little bit of money. Kelly writes, good morning. Gladys is in the house. She writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Jerome writes, is it safe to go back to school? Well, is it safe to smoke and pump gas? I wouldn't recommend it. I get your point, brother. Irish writes, good morning, great people. Good to see you. Glenn writes, I got the alert on my phone. Did you now? Kathy writes, probably not, and complicated by the fact that buildings are short-staffed. Yo Underwood writes, good morning, everyone. Jenny writes, good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Happy Thursday. Good morning to you. Tanya writes, good morning, everyone. Good to see you, Tanya. Woody writes, one love, brother Nathan and the Choppers. Wear your mask. Absolutely. Never stopped. Nat writes, just dropped off my son to school. Hope he has a great day. Glenn writes, 20,000 students are in quarantine after the first week of school in Mississippi. I'm glad this is in Mississippi, but I am aware of that. Yeah, it's real out here. It's real out here. It's super real because you got the politics involved. See, humans fuck everything up with this politics. Excuse my language. Hold on. I forgot. Lord, forgive me for my brash delivery. I'm good now. I can curse and swear and call motherfuckers out and all that kind of stuff. I'm still going to heaven. I'm Gucci. Charles writes, good morning, great people. Good to see you, Charles. Good to see you, man. Welcome. As always. Anthony writes, you never hear people talk about the healthy, unvaccinated people that die from COVID. True. Absolutely. Jocelyn writes, I cannot believe that we are here. This is the third school year that's been affected. It's ridiculous. Folks don't want to get vaccinated, but also don't want to wear masks. It makes no sense. Hey, good morning to you, Jocelyn. I'll tell you something else that doesn't make sense. I saw a video within the last 24 hours. It was a white woman. And she was one of these anti-vaxxers, right? She didn't believe in taking the vaccine. Well, she caught COVID. And what do you think happened when she caught COVID? Where do you think she went? She went to the doctors. The same doctors that's recommended people get the vaccine. When people who are anti-vaxxers get sick, what do? They don't sit at home. They don't pray about it. They run their ass to the same medical professionals that are recommending that they get the vaccine in the first place. That's what I don't understand. Be real about it. Be consistent. If you on some old, well, if God wants me to die, I'm going to die shit, then don't go to the doctor. When you get really, really sick and you think, I don't know if I have COVID, cough, cough, then don't go to the doctor. Wait that shit off at home. And leave the doctor's office and the emergency office is open for people that believe in medical science. Holla if you hear me on that. It don't make no sense. I saw this woman, it was a whole thing. She had all the stuff in her nose. She was intubated the whole 9 yards, right? Sitting there telling me, I wish I got vaccinated. Why'd you go to the doctor? I don't get it. I mean, people go to the doctor for every other thing. The doctor be like, you know what? I recommend you do this or you do that. They do it. But when it comes to this, all of a sudden, it's like a whole conspiracy. I'm calling BS. So if you're an anti-vaxxer, be a G about it. Be consistent about it. When you get sick and you think it's cough, I got a cough, cough, cough. I don't feel well. Don't go to the doctor. Don't go to the emergency. Just tough it out. Just get your little Bible out and start praying. And let's see if Black Jesus wants to save you. That will be consistent. Kathy, I don't understand that. Kathy writes, good morning, all. Glenn writes, let us pray. Let us pray. Lord, forgive me for my brash delivery. I'm good. TNT writes, good morning. Jenny writes, you crack me up every time you do your prayer. I got to do it. Got to do it. Let me see. Sean writes, I love the analogy, Nate. Oh, absolutely. I don't believe in the medical establishment. This is the mark of the beast. Get sick. All up in the emergency talking about, can I see a doctor? Cough, cough. Can I see a doctor? Cough, cough. Wait a minute. I thought you didn't believe in all of this. I thought you was all anti-vax, anti-mandate, anti-mask. Now you're up in here with a whole situation going on. Thousands and thousands of dollars sitting up there taking up a bed. Stay your ass at home then. So every time I keep seeing these videos of these anti-vaxxers, right? They get COVID. Now they want it from the hospital bed. They talking about I wish I'd have been smarter. What made you go to the hospital? Why are you in the hospital? You don't believe in any of this. I mean, these anti-vaxxers, man, they on a whole nother level. They really are. Some of them is on a whole nother level. Some of them, are cool. They keep it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They mild about it. Some of them go to public situations. They go to the public with this nonsense. There's a video circulating right now with an anti-vaxxer who goes off on the San Diego County Board of Supervisors. Now, this has been circulating within the last 24 hours. You might have seen it. You may have seen it. If you didn't see it, you're about to see it. Okay? Extreme language. This is for adults. Dude goes in. And let's just watch and learn and pick the brain of some of these anti-vaxxers out here. This man is heated. Let's listen in and see why. Look at his t-shirt. Look at his t-shirt. It's got the statue. It's the face of Lady Liberty, right? The Statue of Liberty, which is some bullshit. We already know that. But then Lady Liberty has a face mask on, and on the face mask, it reads slave. So you're a slave if you wear a mask. I don't understand it. I don't really get it. But let's see what he has to say. Check this out. Is he whistling?
That's the wind. That's the wind of time. That's the wind of history. That's the wind blowing through your ancestors' bones, begging you to do the right thing.
Sir, can you please state your name for the audio record?
That
Sir?
Matt Baker is calling upon from Ocean Beach. The wind that is blowing through the black people, through the white people, through the Chinese people, through the Mexican Americans, to the people that built this building with their bare hands to raise up this nation. They are begging you, and they are blowing through your veins, and they should be putting a tingle up the spine of your back, and they should be begging you to do the right thing. You're about to open a pit of hell. You do not get a vaccine passport put on us. You know, as the population who's in control, you know that the people or the politicians, once you get a power, you will never relinquish it. Do you think that the 4 feet of marble that holds you above high in this chamber will help you from the fate of humanity which you are unleashing? No, it won't. Your children and your children's children will be subjugated. They will be asked, how many vaccines have you had? Have you been a good little Nazi? Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci! There's been a lot of talk about the Nuremberg Code. Well, I brought you a copy. You are all in violation of Section 1. Yes, you, Dr. Wooten. You are in violation of the Nuremberg Code, which is international law, and the definition is...
Thank you, sir. Your time has expired.
The definition, we shall not be coerced. All of this is coercion. The vaccine passport is coercion, and the penalty for violating the Nuremberg Code is...
violating the orientation of the meeting. Please take a seat. Please take a seat.
What in the hell did we just watch, y'all? What did we just watch? What is this man doing? Yo, Bonky, this is one of your crew right here, man. He's on your team. I'm going to say it again because y'all just missed it because I had my muted myself. I got to do it at least once a show. So I put $5 in the mute myself jar, raising some funds, my capital campaign. This mofo said, Hail Fauci. This mofo said, Hail Fauci, like Heil Hitler or something like that. What in the hell? And then he says something about the penalty for all of this is death. What books are people like this reading? Here's my question to other human beings out there, rational, common sense, logical human beings. How are we supposed to win as a human race when this mofo is on our team? As a media representative for human beings, I want to go ahead and I want to recommend that we trade this man right here for a bag of seashells and a couple of parrots. Maybe one parakeet. There's no way in the world we're going to win as a human race and this man is on our team. We're just not going to win. There's just no way we're going to win and this man is on our team. There's just no way. There's just no way. What in the hell did we just watch? Let's listen to it again because it's just so hilarious. When it was like, yes, sir, your time is up, I was a little upset. Like, nah, let him talk.
that holds you above high in this chamber will help you from the fate of humanity which you are unleashing. No! It won't! Your children and your children's children will be subjugated! They will be asked, how many vaccines have you had? Have you been a good little Nazi? Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci! Hail!
Wait a minute. He said they're going to ask us, have we been good little Nazis? Is that what he fucking just said? What does being a Nazi have to do with wearing a mask and getting vaccinated, which is, of course, purely your choice? I don't understand none of this, man, but that's what's going on. This is a misuse of the internet. The internet is amazing technology. Obviously, he has been misinformed or who knows what's going on. Dude is heated. I bet he told all his friends, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna wreck shop. Wait until I get up there.
Fauci! There's been a lot of talk about the Nuremberg Code. Well, I brought you a copy.
You know what? There's a woman behind this. I blame the woman's. As my son says, I blame the woman's. There's a woman behind this. Somewhere in San Diego, there's a woman, his significant other, his boo, his girlfriend, something, that put him up to this. He was running them rhymes past her last night or the night before he, had this public display. And instead of his woman saying, you know what, sit your ass down, don't go down there, do not wear that t-shirt, she was like, yeah, you tell them. This is America. There's a woman behind this somewhere.
You are all in violation of Section 1. Yes, you do.
Oh, we're in violation of Section 1. Oh, shit. Well, I didn't know that. Well, that changes everything. See, I didn't know we was in violation of Section 1. We got a problem. We got to take this man seriously. We got a whole violation of Section 1. Section 1 of what, mofo? You were in violation of Section 1. Man, see, shit like this never happens to me when I'm there. I never see shit like this.
Okay, well done. You are in violation of the Nuremberg Code.
The Nuremberg Code.
This is international law, and the definition.
He almost lost it. He's like, and the definition
is.
Thank you, sir. Your time has expired.
The definition, we shall not be coerced. All of this is coercion.
They just coerced your ass to leave. He would have been, listen, if they would have dragged him away, I would have had a little bit more respect for him. See, that's he's standing up to his words then. Some dude was like, sir, your time is up. He just walked away. They coerce you to walk away from the microphone. What is his name? I do not know, man. I don't want to go to his church. I'm sorry, I don't want to go to it, but there it is. I mean, that's what's happening. Bunky, he's one of yours. Is Bunky in here? Where Bunky at? Bunky, he's one of yours. Daryl Rice, surfer dude on that good kush. Yeah, he is. Oh, he hit that. He hit that motherfucking, he hit that California love strain. That Tupac, Dr. Dre, California love strain. You know what I'm saying? Name the strain of marijuana that he smoked before he got up there. Dude was straight tripping, man. Bunky, where you at, Bunky? Where you at, Bunky? I'm calling you out. These is your people right here. These are your people, the anti-vaxxers. This is the face of the anti-vaxxer movement. This dude went in. What is this?
That's the wind. That's the wind of time. That's the wind of history. That's the wind blowing through your ancestors' bones, begging you to do the right thing.
Sir, can you please state your
That
name
is
for
the
the audio record?
wind that
Sir.
Matt Baker is calling upon from Ocean Beach.
tell him, Matt.
The wind that is blowing through the black people, through the white people, through the Chinese people.
No, hold up now. Speak for your damn self now. Don't bring the black folks into this. See how you try to bring us in real quick? Through the black people? No, Negro. You don't speak for us.
Through the Mexican Americans, to the people that built this building.
The essays and the vatos like, who? What you mean we? What you mean me? What you mean we?
Their hands to raise up this nation. They are begging you, and they are blowing through your veins, and they should be putting a tingle up the spine of your back, and they should be begging you to do the right thing. You're about to open a pit of hell. You do not get a vaccine passport put on us. You know, as the population who's in control, you know that the people who are the politicians, once you get...
I can't watch anymore. That's enough of that. That's Matt Baker, everybody. Yeah, superlative flows from San Diego. We got anybody in San Diego from San Diego here? What in the hell? Where you at, Bunky? Because he's one of Bunky's people. Crystal writes, wait, what? Don't blame the women? No, I'm blaming the women. There's no way in hell that there's not a woman behind this. His wife, his girlfriend, somebody he's dating, he ran it past her, and she was like, oh, yeah, do that thing. Drop that mic. Drop those bars. You right, Matt Baker. Matt, you so right, but you need to do it. That's the only way that he could get up there and make a damn fool of himself is if a woman told him that it looked good. It looked good. I know somebody that like it. So now y'all gonna have to claim him, Crystal. He is 100% on y'all. Jocelyn writes, now, Nate, men don't need any help looking and sounding stupid. Charles writes, Grand Rising Day to Choppers. Y'all see, y'all don't want to take it. Y'all don't want to take credit for Matt Baker. This is 100% on women. I can read this. I can read this from Cincinnati, Ohio. I can see it for myself. It's a damn shame. Sean writes, extremists are dangerous. Yes, they are. Glenn writes, woo, only section 1? If it was section 2, shit would have to really get heated. I know that's right. Woo, we dodged a bullet, man. I was like, did he say section 2? Oh, thank God he said section 1, right? We have a real problem. Nat writes, sir, your time is expired. Yeah, they had to get him out there quick. He talked all that shit and then walked away. Tabitha right, when you drop flows like that, man, they have to drag you away for the full effect on some Tracy Hunter type ish. You know what I'm saying? Make them drag you away. Oh, man, Matt Baker. Sean writes, Matt Baker is a Looney Tune. Jocelyn writes, he practiced this and everything. Yes, he did, Jocelyn. He's like, you know, how am I going to start these bars? Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah. What the hell? That's the sound of the wind rustling through the bones of your ancestors. Like, somewhere the ancestors like, no, we not. We chilling, man. We in bliss. Happily after, man. Psh, we don't give a damn about no Delta variant. That's on y'all. What in the hell? And the worst thing about it is people was clapping like, yeah, Matt, good answer. Huh? Good answer. If this was Family Feud, Steve Harvey would be looking at him like, you know, Steve Harvey make the best faces when people give ridiculous answers. He'd be like, that's just part of what he does. Kevin writes, that's deaf ecstasy, not no greenery. I don't even smoke, and I know that. He said, don't blame it on the marijuana. That's hilarious. You know what's amazing? A recent old episode of The Walking Dead spoke about pigs, bird flu, wearing gloves, and a mask. They put what they have planned in people's face, but they know some people won't believe it. Why would people believe that those who are trying to wipe them out are now trying to help them? Okay. I do believe that The Walking Dead is commentary. It definitely is. Nat writes, is that Drips Weed Man? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. It might be Drips Weed Man. Is that Drips Weed Man? That's hilarious, man. I don't know. Is that Drips Weed Man? Hold on one second here. Hold on. And I'll plug these phones in for us. What are we doing here? Oh, okay. That ain't right. Oh, okay. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. Give me 1 second. We got a call coming in. All right. Let me go straight to the call. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, comrade.
Hey, good morning, comrade. Welcome.
Thank you. Hey, you started my day off right with that video, bro. I was dying. Hey, but did you? He was hilarious. But did you actually hear what he was saying though? Because what he was saying, there was some truth in that. What
Really?
people were clapping about.
What's
I
the
thought
truth?
so. You had to listen. The truth about things is that what he was talking about, Dr. Fauci, right? When he said "Hail Fauci." Now look, Dr. Fauci right now is probably the most powerful doctor in America. Whatever he says, basically, people take it as gospel, as law, which is, in my mind, pretty scary. You can't. The doctors aren't 100%. They're not God, right? That's what this guy is basically talking about. He's talking about, look, next thing you know, we're going to be pledging allegiance to Dr. Fauci, and whatever he says goes. And there's some truth in that, I think, because if you look at the news media, how they cover Dr. Fauci and what Dr. Fauci's saying, because like he ain't really doing a whole bunch of big platforms now. Now he's just doing like the midday CNN or, MSDNC. He'll be on those shows, and you can hear him talk. Like they treat him like he's a god.
They don't treat him like he's a god.
Funny,
they treat him like he's
yes,
another guest.
Man.
I've seen most of his interviews.
Oh man, no, bro. These softball questions. Okay, he's wavering on stuff. Whether people need masks, don't need masks. People get vaccinated. We were supposed to be vaccinated, so we didn't have to wear masks, and now they tell us to wear masks again. It's like it's so confusing. It's crazy. And people are at this point in time, because human nature, we want to trust doctors, and some people treat doctors and all other folks like God, but they treat preachers like God. Like people are treating Dr. Fauci like a god, bro.
I don't think
and that's
so.
what he was saying.
I
that's
think
what I got from what he was saying.
I think that's his paranoid viewpoint just running amok. Nobody's treating Dr. Fauci as a god. People treat him for what he is. He's a medical expert. He's an epidemiologist. He's got experience on these kind of things. So people listen to him. But obviously not enough people, because Delta's running through the streets like Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl. So obviously a lot of people ain't listening to him.
Hey, Marcus Allen was better on Tecmo Bowl than Bo Jackson.
No, Bo Jackson was unstoppable on Tecmo Bowl.
Hey, I split the backfield. You have Marcus Allen on one side, Bo Jackson on the other. You don't know which way I'm coming.
I know. Look, it was unstoppable.
Unstoppable. But look, I know Dr. Fauci's an expert, a medical expert. But I'm telling you, people are treating him like a god. Like whatever he says is 100% gospel. He told us if we got vaccinated, we wouldn't have to wear the mask. Guess what? We got vaccinated. We still got to wear this mask, bro. I'm just like, people are just going to do whatever Dr. Fauci tells them to do. And I'm just saying that's dangerous. That's what this guy was saying. I'm not saying dude was 100%, but I'm saying take it for what it's worth. Dude had a little truth in what he said about Dr. Fauci. They're going to be pledging allegiance to Dr. Fauci in a minute.
I don't think there's any truth at all. I mean, we can always agree, disagree. I don't hear any truth. Sure. That's just a paranoid version. People just trying to have something to say. Nobody's looking at Dr. Fauci like he's a god. People look at him like he's an expert in his field. He gets a lot of time on television, and that's it. Nothing more than that. If people really looked at him like a god, we'd probably be in a better place right now.
See, look at you. See, you see what you just did? You see what you just did? If people look at Dr. Fauci like a god, we'd be in better shape. That's the scary part. See, now you make it.
Yeah, I'm saying if people actually listen to him, we'd probably be in a better place. I'm using your word as God.
No, what you said. No, right. That's what you said. You said if more people treated Dr. Fauci like a god, we'd be in a better place. Yeah, and that's the scary part about it.
That's what you said. So I'm using your words.
People are I said at some point people are talking to him like he's a god. Right.
No, nobody's talking to him like he's a god. What interview? Where they do that at?
Every interview, bro. Watch every interview, bro. There's no pushback on Dr. Fauci. There's no pushback.
There's hella pushback on Dr. Fauci.
Hell nah. If you go on Fox, pushback, but all these other platforms, no, it's not. He gets softball questions. He gets propped up, and whatever he says goes. Like I said before, he told us if we got vaccinated, we wouldn't have to wear no more masks. I got vaccinated, and I'm still being told I got to wear a mask.
I don't remember that. So I don't remember that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't remember that, but I also know that I also know that the medical professionals are still learning about COVID. So when you know better, you do better. Things might change. They might have thought that beforehand and then get more experience and more evidence and more of a caseload. And they're like, oh, well, we thought this previously, but now we know better. So now we need to change direction and give people the updated information. What's wrong with it? That's called proper use of science.
That's called I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Right. They don't know what's going on.
Wavering back and forth. Right. So what I'm saying is, when you told us to get vaccinated, we get vaccinated. We wouldn't have to wear masks. Now we got to wear masks. That's all the same stuff, bro. And now you got this white dude down here in San Diego talking about Hail Fauci. I'm telling you, whatever Dr. Fauci says, go. That's the scary part. Things are changing every second. So every time Dr. Fauci says jump, we got to say how high. Then Dr. says put a mask on. Then we got to put a mask on. This is what's going on.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
I'm just saying.
I remember Dr. Fauci saying that if you're fully vaccinated and you're outside, then you don't have to wear a mask. I remember that, but that was back in like May, a few months ago. Things might have changed. That was before the spread of the Delta variant. Things have changed.
Right. So whatever Dr. Fauci says, we need to listen.
Okay.
He's God.
So we're not going to listen to Dr. Fauci. Then who should we be listening to?
That's not what no, hold on. Come on. I didn't say don't listen to him. I said don't treat him like God. There's two different distinct things.
So what's the difference between listening to the man's and what he has to say and treating him like a God? I don't understand what's the difference. That seems like to be a huge difference between the two. I don't see that.
So I'll tell you the difference is doing whatever Dr. Fauci tell you to do. Every time the things change, oh, we got to change this. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to do this. Hail Fauci. I mean, this is where we're at, bro.
Do you feel the same way about the CDC?
The CDC?
Yeah.
There's been, yeah, I'll say yes, because there's been conflicts in the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. There's been conflicts in there too. But that's an entity, though. That's a conglomerate of people. We're talking about one individual person, Dr. Fauci, at this point.
Okay, but I'm just
one
saying,
person.
In this country, there's a few either people and or organizations that Americans are going to turn to and look at for direction about that. One is the president. The other is going to be the top scientist or doctor on this. It happens to be Dr. Fauci because he's got decades of experience. And the other is the CDC. And you're telling us that we shouldn't listen to them. So we shouldn't listen to them. Who should we listen to then?
No, that's not what I said. You can listen to them, but I'm saying people got to use their brains and act accordingly.
People are using their brains and acting accordingly.
Man,
that's the reason why we're in the position we're in right now. Like I said, if more people, in your words, treated him as a god and listened to what he had to say, we'd probably be in a better state of affairs as it relates to COVID-19, but we're not because people aren't listening.
I don't see it like that. I think people are just lax in general. They've been in the house for a year. They don't want to stay in the house anymore. So people are going to be out no matter what. Okay, so if we're going back to shelter in place now. That's what I'm saying. This Dr. Fauci get out here and he can say, "Oh, now we got a shelter in place." And everybody has shelter in place. I think that's the right thing to do. This is what I'm saying. It's madness now. We're listening to one individual.
Dr. Fauci might come out and say, this is my recommendation, and then make a recommendation to the president, Joe Biden, and then he might come out and say it. But it's still going to be up to the individual governors. It's still going to be up to other folks to make those decisions, man. I just think that people are making Dr. Fauci into a scapegoat because they're frustrated and they don't have anything else to say. So he's a very convenient fall guy. And a very convenient person to target. That's all I hear.
So now Dr. Fauci is a target. See, this is what I'm saying.
He's been a target. He's received death threats. He's been a target. Yeah, he's a target for a lot of people.
Why? I don't understand why he's a target.
Because he's out front and center. He gets on television. He's looked upon as an authority figure on these kind of matters. So that makes him a target. Come on now, you know how human nature works. And so people are running around acting like he's running something. I mean, I'm sure he's got some sway on this issue as he should per his experience and expertise. But that don't mean that he's a god or he's some kind of dictator.
I know he's not a guy. Right. I know he's not a guy.
Okay,
but there are people out here who are, that's me though, bro. I'm looking at people out here, seeing what's going on. They are treating him as such.
Ain't nobody treating him like no god. Nobody.
Look, that's a scary thing. I'm saying the white dude had a point on what he said to San Diego City Council, and people can agree to disagree, and that's my story. I'm sticking to that.
All right, brother. Anything else?
What else is going on? I guess deadline today for City Council.
That's right.
Turning your petitions.
That's
So
right.
we're gonna see who's official. I looked at the list this morning. You know how many folks is on that list?
How many?
That's actually on the ballot. I think I counted like 36.
Wow. Wow.
I think that's what the number I kind of. These are the folks who are already made it. We're not even talking about the folks who ain't turning their stuff yet.
Wow.
They could very well be in like 45, 50 range for 9 seats.
I think that having said that, I think, and you tell me what you think, I think that I feel like the endorsements are going to really matter because it's gonna
100%.
save people a lot of time and energy and money. And they just want to, they need something. Voters are going to be looking for something to differentiate the candidates. And I think those endorsements are going to help them.
Absolutely. I mean, with that many candidates, people are going to be looking for help in terms of sorting people out. I mean, the Democrats got 9, Charter got 9. As of right now, Republicans got 5 or 4. 4, excuse me. Might be 5 by the end of the day. But that's big. That makes it up to 23. So right there, 23 out of 36, I mean, 2/3 is going to be endorsed. The other third, in my opinion, have no shot. I just, my whole thing is this. If you ain't got no endorsement, why the hell you running? You know how many times somebody who's without an endorsement has won city council in this history? I looked it up. 2 out of 100-year history, damn near. Only 2 people have won without endorsement.
And who were they?
The best damn soccer president in MLS and the vice mayor of the city of Cincinnati. Now, there's a caveat to that, too. Those 2 guys actually had endorsements the first time they ran and won, and then when they ran the second time, they ran with no endorsement.
Right.
So they kind of had a built-in audience already.
Right.
Outside of that, ain't nobody else ever got on city council without an endorsement. So, look.
So history will say the endorsements matter.
Endorsements matter. And free game. If you don't have an endorsement, if you want to run your race, that's cool. But just know this is the exercise of futility.
I don't know if it's an exercise of futility. I mean, if you run hard and run a hard race, you're going to get something out of that. Who knows? Council's only 2-year terms. Some of these individuals might come back in 2 years. You never know what might happen.
You could. I mean, now that it's 2 years, absolutely, you can run again. But my thing is, it's going to be folks who lose who got endorsements. Because you still get 9 of 23 people endorsed right now of endorsements that really matter. So you still got to contend with those people. I mean, it's one of those deals where it's going to be so much turnover that people who ain't got endorsements, they have no shot. Like Michelle Dillingham's not an endorsement. She has no shot, okay? I'm telling you right now. She thinks she got a shot. She don't. Democrats snubbed her. She's running with our revolution. She's out here calling out Bessie Sunderman. See, she's scared. Because why bring up Bessie Sunderman's name? For what? Unless you're trying to target somebody. See, this is the thing that Michelle Dillingham has to understand. She can't win. Once she got cut by the Democrats, she ran with the Democrats twice. Under their endorsement, and lost both times. Third time, they just said, we're cutting bait. You can't win. She hasn't gotten that memo yet. Maybe she'll get it November 2nd. But I heard her, I guess it was yesterday or the day before, talking about this bus situation and all that. And I'm just like, look, he's an attention war. You can't change nothing. Y'all going to City Hall to tell John Carney and the City Council to do what? When they're not even involved with the Board of Education. It's attention seeking, bro. It's disgusting. Like, why call out Bessie Sunderman? What did she do to you? You scared because she might be your competition? Bro, this is what I'm saying. Michelle Dillingham exercises futility by running because she has no endorsement. She should have just loaded up for 2 more years and maybe ran under the Democratic endorsement. She had a chance to get the charter endorsement, but she was so sold on the fact that she was going to get the endorsement, she shut down the charter interview, and lo and behold, she got cut. Just bad politics, bro, and just attention seeking. I can't wait for her to lose November 2nd.
So I see your vendetta against Michelle Dillingham continues. I see.
I ain't got no vendetta against her. We actually speak. We say hi to each other in public, but politically speaking, I ain't got no love for her politically. She been out here trying to run for 8-9 years. Got nowhere. Thank goodness Jeff won, so we had at FC Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we wouldn't even have that going on.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, because she's anti-development to the core.
I don't think she's anti-development. I just think she's pro-equity in development. That's what I hear from her.
I ain't heard a development deal that she ain't like. That she likes. Excuse me. I've never heard her in any development deal that she thought was a good idea ever in 9 years, bro.
Well, maybe she's right about that. I don't know. Maybe we should be questioning more of the development deals and be pushing for more equity in the deals. Maybe we should be.
Yeah, that's cool. Ask Yvette how that helped her out during the mayor's race in 2017, trying to extort Children's Hospital. I mean, it's heating up, bro. It's almost September. After Labor Day, things are really going to kick off. But I do want to see what happens with the school board, because school board has been an effing disaster.
True. It has been. Well, I mean, you got two people that are not running for re-election. That's going to open the door for two more folks.
Right. I guess it's Eve Bolton running.
No, she's not.
So that's three, isn't it? Because Besser ain't running. I heard that Bates ain't running. And I heard now you telling me the Bolton ain't running.
Well, let me back up
So
here. I don't want
three.
to misspeak. When you said isn't running, I don't know if Eve Bolton's seat is up for re-election this time. Is what I meant to say.
I thought it was 4 seats up.
I believe it is 4 seats
So-
up. Yes.
Okay, so Borowski, then that's Messer, then Bates. I mean,
And Pam Bowers.
Pam Bowers. My bad. So yeah, you're right. Okay, so Eve Bolton's insulated.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll see. The Democrats
Pam
played
Bowers
Pam
did not
too.
get the Democrat endorsement, so she would not be on
I
that
know.
slate. So
I
that
know.
weakens her position a bit. She was a newcomer. So you could have 3 new faces on the school board.
Just likely. But I think Pam Bowers got a trick up her sleeve, though.
Really? What would that be?
I think so. I couldn't say. I have to wait for people to do what they do. But the reality is, the Democrat endorsement ain't stopping no show for Pam Bowers. I'll put it at that.
Is that right? Is there another endorsement looming for her, you think?
I think so, but we'll see.
Okay. All right, brother. I appreciate the call.
Yep. Take it easy, comrade.
Most def. Das Fadanya. That's Black Russia checking in. A resident political operative here in the chop shop. He said Pam Bowers got a trick up her sleeve, huh? Okay, good for her. Good for her. I'm pro everybody. I'm for everybody. I wish everybody the best. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. But again, at least 2 new seats will be up. And, I'm going to give Melanie Bates a compliment. I think her standing down is the right thing to do. I think that's the right thing to do. It shows that she's got some class, because it would have been tasteless and classless for her to run for re-election after her public display, we shall say. I heard mofos out here running interference for her. I heard, I think I was listening to Lincoln Ware show. This may be like a couple weeks back. Shout out to Link. That's the homie, the big homie right there. Wish him nothing but the best. Turn on this show. I heard him talking about Melanie Bates. I think it was a setup when she got recorded. It wasn't a setup, Lincoln. It wasn't a setup. The person that Melanie Bates set herself up talking slick and greasy, talking loud in a bar in St. Bernard, and parents overheard it. That's what happened. I talked with the parents myself. You know what I'm saying? So what's the moral of the story? Keep your damn voice down. It's the moral of the story. Keep your voice down. Don't drink at home. You're going to be, you got a back porch. Go on your back porch or your front porch, invite your friends over. Everybody bring their own Bible. You can talk all the shit you want to about Warner Hill's parents and the grandparents and the students and how you don't care. Nobody will ever know. But if you go to a public venue talking loud, slick and greasy, shout to fame, then that's what's going to happen. Nobody set her up. I think she was set up, I heard him say. She was not set up. She set herself up with the dumb shit. Good morning, everybody. 513-873-7134. Kamara writes, speaking of the upcoming race, is everybody registered to vote? In this audience, the vast majority of people on that vote type shit, Kamara. We already know. In this audience, the vast majority of people is on that vote type shit. People that volunteer, contribute, influencers in their own worlds and spheres of influence on multiple levels. I mean, I'm shocked, quite honestly, the more and more I've gotten to know various members of the Chop Shop. We got a few smart dumb cats out there, not really calling anybody any names or anything like that, but, some of the smartest dumb people I ever met don't vote. Super intelligent, very conscious people don't vote. That's why I call them smart dumb cats, because they so smart, they're dumb. They have outsmarted themselves. Maurice writes, no one mentions pre-existing medical conditions. Woody writes, Sandman time with the hook. Dale writes, Russia, you should run. You should run, maybe. Glenn writes, all Sonderman does is pander and target different communities, just like your typical Republican Karen. Stop it, Black Iowa. Sarai writes, I like Michelle and she would get my vote. I like Michelle too. I know people talk about her issues with addiction. I don't even think about that. In fact, To me, and y'all might call me crazy, I'm not giving any endorsements. I don't do endorsements. This is a media platform. This platform is open to Democrats, Republicans, independents. When you're trying to get the word out, think about the Nathan Ivey Show being a part of your digital media strategy. Hit me with direct messages. We can talk about it. I don't do endorsements. I keep it real with you, though. And I don't hold that against Michelle, because there's a lot of people out here dealing with addictions and they lie about it, or they try to hide it, or they hide it. Don't even try to hide it. They hide it, and you never know about anything. And, I believe in rehabilitation. I believe that when you commit a crime, you go to jail, you come out, you got a clean slate. You got a clean slate with me anyway. Same thing with that drug addiction, man. Drug addiction is so prevalent. It's so easy for people to fall into a drug addiction, whether it be weed or alcohol or food or sex, pornography, sugar, that I don't hold that against anybody. We all fragile humans. What I look at a person is, what are you doing now? Can you overcome the struggle? I think it takes a lot of strength to overcome a drug addiction. And if you can display that kind of strength, then maybe you can bring that kind of strength into your job. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. That's just me. I guess it's my liberal heart. But I don't hold past deeds against people like that. I don't do that. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody do things. All I care about is what you're doing right here, right now. That's just what I do. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nathan.
What up, brother Kev?
Kev?
What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Man. Okay, so we got to start with everything that I just heard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everything I just heard does not make sense to me. We're going to start with Dr. Fauci told us to mask up. We did it. Now we got to mask up again. No, we didn't do it, man. Come on. The reason why we're still dealing with this stupidness, and that's what I'm frustrated now. I haven't gotten to the point of frustration, man, because people keep coming out talking about the vaccine it was never supposed to stop you from getting COVID. No, yes, it was. That's what vaccines do. They are immunizations. The point of them is to stop you from getting a disease. I got the measles vaccine, the mumps, the rubella. Never got those things. Didn't get the chickenpox. Got chickenpox. That's why I went and got the COVID shot. They were to stop, to immunize you against getting COVID-19. Now, one of the benefits that happened is because you got immunized, it was supposed to create in you a version of the antibodies that you need in order to fight off COVID. So when you got it, you have less symptoms. It's cause and effect. It's not, we developed something that's supposed to lessen your reaction. We developed something to stop it that happens to lessen your reaction. That's the real. And the other part is, no, we didn't get COVID shots. Nathan got a COVID shot. Kevin got a COVID shot. Bunch of people didn't get the COVID shot. So the COVID mutated. This is all cause and effect, man. The reason why we're having to put masks on again is because the COVID mutated. Guess what? COVID's going to mutate again because people are still whistling into microphones talking about data wind. Come on, man. I don't understand, and it does not make sense to me. And then people keep trying to flip it and make it sound like they're trying to make it sound like COVID is a person or something. That COVID, man. COVID ain't no person. It's a disease. It's a virus. COVID has no agenda other than the fact that it's a virus. It's it might be a 1 or 2 celled organism that plans on invading your body. That's it. That's all. Happens in nature. And then we pivot, and now we gotta start talking about the mass race. Michelle's got a good chance of winning, I think. She's got name recognition. She's been second in the polls a couple of times. She's got signs all over the place out here. Every time I think what she did was she was just smart enough that she said, "Okay, every campaign, I'm just gonna put my name on the sign that says I'm running," and so she got leftovers. She's putting them out there. She got a good chance of winning. People know who she is, and they know that the person that came in second to the guy that went to jail was her. And so, so I don't think that's correct either. But we got to stop getting these fake facts out here, Nate. Man, I mean, honestly, it's gotten to a point of ridiculousness now. You know, if you don't want to wear a mask, quite frankly, it's very simple. Get vaccinated. The COVID strain will be just like any other strain because it is a virus. It doesn't have any personal agenda. It does not care. If we get to the point where there's herd immunity, more than likely, and remember, this is just percentages and numbers, there won't be as many people that could possibly be infected. And so those people won't be around each other. It's highly unlikely that they'll be next to each other. This is just math. This ain't hard. They taught this in the ninth, and not even in the ninth. This is third and fourth grade math. If you have a very weak pool and it's pretty much spread out across the country, it won't have a place to go. That's all. And it is what it is. This is not difficult. So time out and miss me with all of these conspiracy theories and this, and it's just us being stupid. The problem and the reason why COVID is still around in 2021, a disease that is called COVID-19 is still around almost at the end of 2021 is because folks can't listen and they want to blame Dr. Fauci. Man, I don't even know what to say, Nate. Lots of people say they're going to vote. Many people do not show up. I've heard John, so I know he's been listening lately. John, you know what I'm saying to you, man. I say it to you every time, man. Zorro ain't on the ballot. Jesus ain't running. So don't vote for either one of those two. You wouldn't vote for Jesus anyway. But or for that matter, the minister. The minister ain't running either. So I need you to vote for whoever's on the ballot in your neck of the woods, man. For the rest of us here, find 3 people, take them to the poll. If you can't, if it looks like somebody's going to have problems getting the right identification or knowing their poll location, especially for our elderly folks, they're not going to be computer savvy, and that's usually the way they're going to try to spin them. Go to your internet resources, and they'll tell you how to get there. If they can't do that for them. Assist them so that they are successful. And man, that's all I got.
That's all I need.
I apologize for the loudness. Hey, I apologize for the loud. They tell me that I get excited and I get loud.
You do.
So.
It's all good, brother. All right, Kev. Thanks for the call, man.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, most that's Kev on a sale. Newly. He's a new African American. He's a new American citizen. Just became an American citizen. Lived here for a long, long time. The brother was born in London. Now he's one of us. He's one of the blacks. He's one of the African Americans. Fame writes, Nathan, stop being a poopy head. Michelle Dillingham is flawed. Glad she recovered personally, but that don't mean she is a viable candidate for city government. Okay, I know this is a big deal for you, man. I know. I stand by what I said. I don't care that much, quite honestly. You know what I'm saying? We can't say we believe in rehabilitation, and then when somebody rehabilitates themselves, we always want to put they past deeds in front of us. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just not that. I'm not that kind of person, professionally or personally per se. Professionally, a little different. Like if you show me on you some dumb shit business-wise, I got no time for it. But on a personal level, it's like, everybody makes mistakes. Who out here is perfect? You got people out here with whole marijuana addictions, talking about she ain't a good candidate. So, seems hypocritical to me, but that's just me. Sarah writes, it's not going to stop. They don't have a vaccine for the common cold. Maurice writes, this vaccine doesn't stop you from getting this alleged virus. A vaccine is being injected with the virus. Crystal's scratching her head like, huh? What the hell exactly? Tracy writes, clearly COVID has an agenda unless you're not paying attention. Yeah, to win. Jericho writes, even if you are vaccinated, still wear your mask. It's so simple. It's so simple. Tracy writes, no, if you don't want to wear a mask, don't. It's a personal choice. Just respect boundaries. Brenda writes, is watching. Hey, good morning to you, Brenda. COVID don't have an agenda, but the people who have created the virus have an agenda. So shut up, Kevin, a.k.a. the new Negwa. So you so wrong. Tracy writes, buckles, dimes, pennies, quarters. Buckles? Nickels, I think she said nickels. Dale writes, did Stefan get his signature? Stefan Pryor? Oh, man. Again, for his sake, I hope so. I hope so. That seems to be a hurdle for some people. Like, you can't get enough signatures, and it probably wasn't going to be a good campaign anyway. Jason writes, next laugh. Oh, my God. Cass writes, I'm trying to figure out why we are still debating about mask and vaccine when the Delta variant is a new strain of the virus. The vaccine we are getting wasn't created for that. It wasn't, but the science says that it has some degree of effectiveness. But you're right about that. Like I told you, Black Russia was a harbinger of BS this morning. He was. You were, Black Russia. You were, man, because who out here was looking at Dr. Fauci like he's some kind of god? Nobody. He's the dude that has been working with previous administrations for the last 2 decades. He's the guy that's been the epicenter of a lot of these pandemics and these viruses. He's the dude that the government has said is one of the top scientists, and he gets a lot of media attention. Nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Nobody's running around here like everything he says we have to do. However, like when you have a problem with your body, you go to the appropriate doctor. You may go to your family doctor, and your family doctor might refer you to a specialist. He'll say, look, that's a little out of my wheelhouse. I'm a general practitioner, but hey, I'm going to write a recommendation for you to talk to this type of doctor or that type of doctor. And what do most people do? They go see that doctor because that doctor specializes in what you want done. For instance, if you got a problem with your foot, then you wouldn't go see a dentist. So how's it any different from Dr. Fauci, these other doctors? That's their field of expertise. Like I said, people are so hypocritical with this shit. Sometimes they believe in a medical establishment, sometimes they don't. People run around, this is the mark of the beast. I'm not going to do this. Why would I take this? But you'll take that polio vaccine. You'll get that flu shot. There's some differences. FDA approval, I get you. But people are like looking at it like you can't trust the people behind it. But then as soon as you get sick, let me see if I can find this, man. As soon as people get sick, where they run to, y'all? They run straight to the medical professional. Let me see if I can find this video. It was a white woman. She looked like she was on her deathbed. She looked like she was on her deathbed. Oh, absolutely. You already know. Okay, absolutely. I got you. Oh, for sure. For sure, somebody was complimenting in the background. Look, at this point, to the choppers, and I'll say this again because it just came up. If you are interested in doing a live stream and you like these kind of backgrounds or anything similar to it, anything that you can imagine, I can help you do it. And I will do that willingly for free for the choppers. To any of my choppers, any of my patrons, just hit me up. We can get on the phone. I can give you a rundown on any kind of equipment you're looking for if you want to get any kind of background. I say that to you, and I keep saying it to you because very soon I'm going to put this knowledge and expertise behind a paywall. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to capitalize off of it. But right now, and again, for my patrons, I'll do something special for you. Just hit me up. Again, I'm an open book. I don't understand why this city works the way it does. But for me, I'm an open book to my peoples, man. I want you to live your best life. If you want to do a live stream and a podcast, I want you to have the best equipment. I want you to look way better than me. Be way bigger than me. So hit me up, and I will respond. Okay, if you're interested in it. Somebody just said they like the live stream. You already know, sis. You already know. It's done. It is done. Take advantage of it while I'm here. I won't always be here, But back to what I was saying though. So these same mofos will run straight to the doctor, like, Doc, can you help me? I'm looking for this video right now because I didn't save it. I should have because it's relevant to our conversation piece. I should have, but I didn't. So I'm kind of searching for it right now. And if I'm able to find it during today's show, then I'll show you. And she was all in her feelings about how I should have got it vaccinated. And now she on her deathbed. And I'm like, how many of these videos have we seen? But I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, I ain't trying to go too hard with the whole vaccination thing because I think that's a real personal decision. And I respect that. I respect that 100%. Brandy writes, good morning. Good morning, Brandy. Good to see you. Good to see you as always. Marsha writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. No, Stefan didn't get enough signatures. Oh, dear Lord, Stefan. Damn it, yo. I mean, I guess that's why that signature threshold is so important because it shows a couple things. It shows the degree to which you can organize. It shows the degree to which you can organize support. And it shows just how serious on some levels you are. In no way am I trying to say anything about Stefan or anybody else. I'm just saying this is my personal viewpoint about it. Take it for what it is. How many signatures you got to get? You got to get, I don't remember. You got to get a bunch of them. And you got to, the people that get the signatures have to live in Cincinnati. They can't be living in suburbs and getting signatures for city council. So it takes a degree of organization. And some people can do it, some people can't. Nikki writes, Stefan didn't get his signature. Just a big talking point now. Sarah writes, I know I'm of the opinion she should be on council now, replacing Sinfield like Jan Michelle replaced Tamaya. Who are we speaking of? LG has issues and you cannot believe him 100%. And if you do, it's a shame. Damn. Fauci is crooked and part of the problem. Okay. I mean, Kamara writes, a Republican judge will not appoint a Democrat. Absolutely not. They will not. The judges, when it comes to those appointees, man, they're not going to put somebody that the party doesn't want in that position. Doesn't really make sense. Why would they do that? Doesn't make sense. Maurice writes, I don't take no vaccines. I'm with you on that. Jay writes, good morning, Nate. Love the flows. Thank you so much. Dale writes, COVID is like Smith in the final Matrix movie. That's a good point. When he still replicating himself and he was everywhere, you're right about that. Great point. Great point. That's hilarious. Jocelyn writes, if people were listening, then they would have heard this. What do you think 95 and 97% effective means? Right. I don't know, man. I just don't get the people sometimes. I just don't understand. Tiffany writes, I hate the fact that people are trying to shame people who don't want to get vaccinated. Some people want to wait to see the effects. I didn't see any of your shaming those anti-vax white women who didn't want to vax their kids, but because people want to wait a bit, you people feel that you should shame people. What about the news reports of people who are vaccinated that are affecting other vaccinated people? Well, that's why I try to tread real carefully about that, Tiffany, because I don't want to come off as a vaccine shamer. I get it. It's a very difficult decision that every one of us have to make. I get it. I just call out the hypocrisy, like, you know, people that don't want to get the vaccine, but you abide in, you don't want to get the vaccine, but as soon as you get sick, you run straight to the doctor. Okay, so do you or do you not trust the medical establishment? Are you going to run straight to as soon as you get sick, you're going to go straight to the same people that's telling you to get the vaccine? To me, that seems a little bit not consistent, but I get it. I get it. Good morning to you. Let me see. That's a tough one. If PG didn't appoint a black woman, then we would not have had a black voice on council. Look at the makeup of council. Again, people don't want to give PG and the Democrats credit, but during that process, you know, I mean, I give you my opinion. I thought that they should have kept the racial balance of Cincinnati City Council. I'm just gonna be honest with you. People might not like that. You might think I'm a racist. Think whatever you want to think. But the people elected a black woman in Tamaya Denard. And in my opinion, she should have been replaced by a black woman. Not a black man, but a black woman. And the Democrats did that thing. They did it. When the Republicans had a chance to replace Jeff Pastor, who was a black male Republican, they replaced him with a white male. And then had the nerve to endorse a black woman for city council. I'm thinking, well, yo, why don't you put, what's the sister's name? Why don't you put her on council? Forget her name. She used to be one member of Chop Shop. I must have said something wrong and turned her off. I can do that. Kamar writes 500 verified signatures, right? She writes, it's not that easy. No, it's not that easy, obviously. It shows a degree of go get it isms. If you ain't got that go get it ism inside of you, it'll get exposed. And it also shows the degree in which you can organize people around you to help you, because you can't do that by yourself. You had to have a team. Somebody writes, Dr. Fauci was in on creating these viruses. Oh, Lord. Oh. Is there any evidence to that? Like Dr. Fauci was cooking it up in the lab, huh? I mean, look, I guess anything's possible. Anything's possible. I mean, for all we know, the Martians did it. For all we know, this is a test for the Martians. That's just as likely as the fact that Dr. Fauci was in on it, in my opinion. I've seen no evidence either way. But I just feel like that's a little bit dangerous, man. I mean, viruses come and go. Viruses come and go. Here's my question for CPS students and for CPS in general and any school board members that might be watching. As a CPS parent, what changes can I expect in the aftermath of the settlement with the Gabriel Taye family? A CPS settled with that family, and they pledged all these things that they're going to do. I have not received a damn notification from CPS about any of this. Don't know, Gabriel Taye was a young boy whose family claimed that he was bullied to the point where the boy committed suicide at home. He took one of his own ties, wrapped it around his neck, and hanged himself in his bedroom. After doing some investigating, the family found out that the boy had been bullied for a long time and that the parents were not informed. And in fact, in some cases, in one instance, the parents were straight up lied to. His mama was lied to. The parents filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit going back to 2017? And CPS has been in court fighting it ever since, claiming they didn't do anything wrong, claiming that they don't have to notify parents when your child is bullied. They don't have to notify you. Like if there's a super, this is what CPS was arguing. Like it's not their job, basically. Huh? They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on high-powered lawyers. The case went to the feds, a three-judge panel. The judges looked at the case and basically said that CPS, Cincinnati Public Schools, was dead wrong. All the way around, they was dead wrong. They used some very harsh language to describe the actions of CPS. Now here we are. They settled during the summertime. Talking about how they gonna do this, they gonna do that. I ain't received a damn thing as a CPS parent. Nothing. No notification about what's changing. No new phone numbers. No new bullying policy. Nothing. It's all getting clouded and lost behind COVID and the busing fiasco. And I'd like to know, what can I expect? What new protections are being put in place to prevent what happened to Gabriel Taye from happening to my children? I like to know. These mofos sending me all kind of messages about this, that, and the other. I ain't received nothing about that. And I'm waiting for it. So is it safe for our kids to return to CPS? I don't know. I have no idea. You got Delta. You got this busing fiasco, which is an experiment in real life. You got the settlement with the Gabriel Taye family. I'm sure they're implementing it right now. What's that going to look like? You got the ongoing conversations about the efficacy of SROs, school resource officers. And black kids apparently are 5 times more likely to get exclusionary discipline in CPS. Is it safe for my children to be there? It's a question mark. We got all these question marks, but enough. I mean, let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Nathan. It's Nicole. How you doing?
Hey, Nicole. Good morning. I'm doing well. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. I was just calling in. It's refreshing to listen to some talk radio with people with some common damn sense, because it's ridiculous all over the place, and it's kind of sad because it's really a disservice to our community. People can feel however they want to feel, in the whole spectrum of everything. And what I don't understand, people feel like they're being shamed. One, we're not here to counter your feelings and emotions. If you're feeling any type of guilt or shame, that's your burden to bear. Our responsibility is to dispel the misinformation and to get the information out there. And whether you receive it or not, if no one is sitting up here telling you personally, hey, X, Y, and Z, you need to do this, then you shouldn't be feeling any kind of way. Because when I hear people saying, I'm not going to get vaccinated for whatever reason, I am unbothered. It doesn't bother me to that extent. I'm more bothered with people in my family, close friends, and different things. But for people, you out here, you on these talk radio and chats rooms, it's like I had to go off on somebody else. Like, I'm not even talking to you personally. But apparently what I'm saying is affecting you in such a way. And like I say all the time, sometimes the truth hurts, but it never lies. And people are cherry picking the information. That is clear. And it's one thing when you are someone like a Sister V, who has been clear and from the very beginning, not for vaccinations. You can't dispute. There would be nothing to change her mind. But it's some people that are literally at a point where they are cherry picking the information. So they'll do this. They'll take the information that, hey, well, vaccinated people, you can still catch COVID. Oh, you'll take those facts. But you omit the portion where it's saying 99% of hospitalizations and deaths are from unvaccinated people. It's just like, oh, we're not going to hear about that. Right now, now you got to get boosters. I thought the vaccine worked and everything else. And they omit the whole fact that we're not even dealing with COVID-19 now. COVID-19 ran through America. Then it was the UK variant ran through America. Now it's the Delta variant running through America. Now it's about to be Delta Plus and Lambda. It's like if the virus keeps mutating and growing stronger and figuring out how to adapt to the human race, because this wasn't in the human spectrum. This was in animals, supposedly at first. Then all the virus wants to do is find a virgin host to replicate, multiply, and get stronger. That is his main goal. And we're fighting against each other when the enemy is the virus, which is now becoming a disease that we are just going to have to live with. So people want to wear face masks forever. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not getting the vaccine and you're not trying to reach herd immunity, then you're just saying we're supposed to just live with the virus, this type of virus. Like, this is worse than the common cold. People are dying. It's like eliminate all the factors here that is making people act with urgency. We're not dealing with a damn common cold. This is an infectious disease. It's an airborne disease, and it's a global pandemic. This ain't just affecting Black people. It's affecting people in Canada, Europe, Africa, Brazil, South, everywhere. It's global. It's just like at a certain point, like, what is it going to take? If it's not going to be the sheer number of deaths, if it's not the fact when the vaccine rolled out in the very beginning and how you were seeing the hospitalizations and deaths going down until we went plateau and people stopped getting the vaccinations. Because right now it's a race between the virus and becoming vaccinated. And people just understand, why are they pushing? Why are people talking about it every day? Because if we don't win this race, this thing is going to defeat us, and we're going to have to keep trying to figure out how to defeat it and starting over. And then it's going to be, different type of liberties taken away where, we're going to be back in our houses and everything else. And we're like, we were so close. I said last year, COVID can't have another summer. It can't take another summer from me. You know what I'm saying? That was my declaration. I did the research. I'm looking at news. Some people don't even want to do that. You could put the articles and the information right, and they want to avoid it. And it ain't just frustration with people. I got people in my own family, my own mama, my own mother. You know what I'm saying? Say some of the most ridiculous things. When it comes to this conversation, we cannot even talk. I will go in another room because it is so outrageous, but right now I have a fear for my child. She's the only one in my house, my youngest under 12. And also like people in my family who have sickle cell disease and stuff, like if they catch this, it could really kill them. And for people to be out here, you got the most extreme, like what you played earlier, where this man like, I ain't wearing no mask, I ain't getting no vaccine, and the hell with it. And matter of fact, I'm gonna snatch the mask off your case. You got that type of extreme. You got people like, they realize that it is something out there. They will wear a mask, but they won't do the next step to help end and get to herd immunity and get the vaccine. And then just some people that, by whatever reasons, different reasons, they can't do it because of health reasons or whatever else, and children who ain't eligible yet. The information is going to change, like you said, because this is new and they're still doing research on it, even on the amount of the length of immunity. People want to use their natural immunity, but they said a long time ago that with the people that were catching COVID, that their immunity was only lasting 90 days, 3 months. People were catching COVID 2 or 3 times, and they was like, why is this happening? For the vaccines, if this lasts in 8 months, that's still better than your natural immunity. And then 2, it's also keeping people from being hospitalized and dying, which should be the number one objective. That is the number one objective, right? To prevent death and hospitalization. And so, if those numbers don't mean nothing, nothing will. If you play that video where that person is on their deathbed saying, I wish I would have got the vaccine, if that don't do it, nothing will. And that's okay. Like my grandma used to say, sometimes if you'll listen or you're going to learn the hard way. And that just might be the case. But, for some people out there, there's for everyone that's just like, I ain't with it, I ain't doing it. It's somebody out there like, what I'm saying to them today is reaching them like, I'm going to go ahead and get the vaccine. And that's saving a life. And I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to silence myself. I don't care about other people's feelings that feel like, oh, why you keep saying that? Why you keep throwing these things and making me feel, that's on you, boo. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, there's somebody out there that's on the fence, on the line, not sure, need more information, need more facts. And that's who I'm speaking to. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. I'm trying to think of, and now let me transition into the elections. Calm down. TNT has left the building. And so we are about to enter the election season. I can't wait to see who's about to be on city council. I'm looking for that final slate. We're about to have our invitations sent out for the Cincinnati NAACP and Prince Hall Mason's Candidates Forum. It's about to be lit. You're about to play a major role, Nathan, and other people. And so we're searching for questions. But yeah, I know that the city council race is going to be outrageous because my last count was 30 some people. So if you got 36 people, almost 50. Yeah, that's gonna be a challenge. But we've done it before. Last year or the year before, we had multiple amounts of judicial candidates, and we ran through it and got through it. Our objective again is to inform the public, get them the information so they can make an informed decision when they go to the ballot. So with that being said, I'm trying to make sure that I forget anything. I guess that's it, brother. You take it easy.
All right. Thank you for the call. That's TNT. And the NAACP always does a great job. Having spoken with them, they prefer to do it in person and then live stream it. So that way you have the best of both worlds. But with COVID, they had to step away with it. So they stepped straight into that virtual space, and CDM was there to help them do that. Proud to do that because the NAACP does good work, man. I think the people involved, the leadership involved has good hearts. And their intentions are pure in terms of trying to interact with our community in particular in a way that's positive, just to educate you. They never tell you who to vote for. They never do that. They just say, here is the information. Here is the forum. Check it out. You decide for yourself. That's the best situation. You never hear the NAACP say, hey, this person over that person. They just simply put the information out there. You decide for yourself. And I think it's a very valuable resource. Looking at the time, we're at 9:15 a.m. this morning. So I need to make a move. Got to get a word in for from our sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by my friends over at renewcommunitychurch.org. They got a brand new series that's designed to educate you, to inform you, to inspire you to live your best life. So check this out, and I'll be back on the other side.
The words for today are attract more money. It takes 60 seconds for the universe, through the invisible law of attraction, to be fully activated in your life. God's invisible law of attraction is available to you because you are just 60 seconds away from attracting more money. Take the next 60 seconds and attract more money in your life by telling the financial story for 60 seconds, 3 times a day for 21 days. Why 21 days? Because that's how long it takes to change your life. Now say this financial story out loud 3 times a day. Today, I accept my divine and human right to have more than enough money, to be a financial blessing to self, family, and others. I will use my financial abundance today to bless so many people in this universe. Money is my friend. I share my money with my friends. For a free ebook, visit renewcommunitychurch.org.
Love interrupted by tragedy, lost in the drought of nightfall, running in search of the remedy, trying to find her place in it all. Focused only on the all she can attract is pain. Perception is what will manifest. Thought she could escape, but it's all the same. Birds fly south for the winter, but she ran to the west side. And though much was stolen, much still abides. And I know she'd rather keep her distance, but as time moves on, she's drifting away from me. But did the ocean breeze specify you? Did the palm tree sanctify you? I bet the ocean.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Quick break. Again, visit renewcommunitychurch.org for more details. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful Thursday. Although I haven't looked outside since the show started, I can hear it's raining outside. Raining on the first day of school. I think we all expected that. The weatherman told us at least that. Good morning. Welcome back to my home studio. Same studio, just a different viewpoint. Good morning to you. Yeah, good morning. Hope you're doing well. We've been talking about, a lot of first day of school politics. Is it safe to go back to school? New bus routes, Delta variant runs wild. Impact of the Gabriel Taye case or settlement is still yet to be determined. School resource officers, have we made a decision? Have we come to a conclusion about school resource officers? And in general, our satisfaction level with Cincinnati public schools, where is it? How do you feel about these various issues? And again, the question is it safe to return to school? Is it safe to go back to school? Delta's running amok. You know, COVID spread doesn't get as much, it just for me, it feels like it doesn't get as much attention as it was back in February. Back in February, people was really on it. It was looking at the color-coded maps and everything on a daily basis. Like, oh yeah, we're in the red, we're in the green, or wherever the hell we are. But it ain't looking good right now. Hold on, let me bring up some numbers real quick for you. Yeah, we got a long way to go, family. Ohio cases surge 42.9%. Ohio reports 3,303 new COVID cases yesterday. Yeah, this shit is real. This shit is real. Hamilton County is near the top of the list here in the state of Ohio. Yeah, let me post a link for you. This is from the Columbus Dispatch. If you can follow this kind of stuff, and it'll give you all the details as to, it's a snapshot and everything, like how many people are vaccinated by county, the spread of it, hospitalizations, like everything you would want to know about where COVID is this week, you can find on the link that I just showed you. For folks that's into that kind of stuff, go check it out for yourself. Jack writes, all you vaccinated clowns think you saving the world, but you won't slide a hungry homeless person $1 for food. GTFOH, you're a clown for the establishment. I don't want to give up my rights for your fears. Well, Jack M. Often. Okay, that's cute. But Jack, I'm vaccinated. And I'm still willing to give money to hungry people. I still donate to worthy causes here. So it doesn't have to be either or. But you feel like you're giving up your rights. Nobody's asking you to give up your right. But you can't ask us to give up our right of freedom of speech to talk about you folks who are resistant, hesitant to the vaccine. It's just all a part of Americana. You got the right to not be vaccinated. Cool. Great. Is it too much for me to ask you to wear a mask when you're out in public? Is that too much? You know, I don't think that wearing a mask is the big deal. I don't think that's slavery. You know, when you walk into the Kroger store or the grocery store, you usually have on shoes and socks, shirt and pants. Because if you tried to walk into the store without that, they would stop you at the door if they noticed you, or they would ask you to leave if you got inside. They have a dress code. So what's wearing a mask? Now, I know for some people it can get itchy and scratchy and uncomfortable, and some people have even more serious medical conditions. For the people with serious medical conditions, I've got a measure of sympathy for you. For everybody else who's just complaining and belly aching, I don't want to hear that nonsense. Put the damn mask on. Simple as that. So I hear you. I hear you, Jack. I feel you, brother. Do you? Tiffany writes, so this is what this program is turning into. So you all care if you are offended, but if someone says something to clearly trigger you, it's a problem. Got it. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I think this program is it's a platform where we talk it out. And sometimes we're going to have divergent points of view, and sometimes it's going to get serious. Hopefully it don't get too serious and we keep it all rhetorical. But I don't know what you mean exactly, Tiffany. All viewpoints are welcome. All viewpoints are welcome. Dee writes, this could be why you can't talk to your mom about it. Your passion is overwhelming her. Oh, boy. Yeah, you can tell that TNT has a lot of passion about it. This is consistent. I mean, she's had passion about this since day one. You know, her calls she's been on 8, 9, 10 because she feels, very strongly about it. I get it. Tracy writes, we are in survival mode. People should be laser focused on staying alive, not what the next man is doing. Akeem writes, Alexa, play Public Enemy louder than a bomb for TNT. Jack writes, non-vaccinated people take precautions too, so what you're barking sounds foolish, especially watching Lincoln break COVID rules daily as a vaccinated person. Does he? I don't know. Is that right? I see TNT touched a nerve this morning. That's the nerve. T-Greg writes, or Black Russia writes, the Pfizer vaccine is over 95% effective against COVID. Doesn't Victoria work in a lab? Hashtag alt middle. TNT writes to Akeem, people who are having a sucker attack have to name call to deflect from their own ignorance and fears. Pick up your feelings and get with the program. Is that right? Nat writes, it's a new world. Yes, it is. Beth writes, good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning to you, Beth. Oh, look at those little flowers right there. Those daisies. I'll take them. David writes, did anyone hear a rumor that Tav is on his last year at the current location? I have not heard it. Not saying I hear all things. I have not heard that. Marisha writes, good morning. Good to see you, Marisha. Only people in their feelings is the people who seem to be able to live through an infectious disease they vaccinated for, but can still pass while unvaccinated. Yeah, okay, I'm cute. Danita's in the house. She writes, good morning, everyone. Happy first day of school for CPS parents. I remember my mommy used to take the first day off and enjoy herself. Last night, my children were up late. My daughter was out. She was excited. She's excited because she's involved with a lot of extracurricular activities at her school. So she's excited to be a part of that and represent and things like that. She's a student athlete. She's also excited because she got herself a summer job and she was able to go out and buy her own clothes. And we've all been there. It was like a fashion show last night. The wifey and I laying in bed, and our daughter, she's coming in with different looks and, hey, how's this match? And asking our opinion. She didn't know what she was going to wear for the first day of school. I told her, keep it simple. Dress for comfort. And you can get all, and show off your wardrobe later in the year. But just keep it comfortable. Just keep it comfortable. There's nothing more cute or nothing cuter than comfortable. Right? Just keep it comfortable. That's it. Tracy writes, this is silly. Jack writes, you're on the road to giving up your rights if they are forcing them to take a vaccine not FDA approved. If you don't see that, then fine, but don't say a non-vaccinated person is out here making people sick when your ass is contagious. Yeah, but if you're non-vaccinated, then you are more likely to get and transfer the disease, Jack. Everybody knows that. So logically speaking, that observation is correct. It is what it is. But again, if you're a non-vaccinated person, but you still acting like you non-vaccinated and not acting like, oh, there's nothing to be vaccinated for, I can respect that as well. Didi writes, it's okay to be passionate, but your message gets lost in delivery sometimes. I like what she had to say, but got caught up in the passionate delivery. Tracy writes, it doesn't take much to divide black folks. You're right about that, Tracy. You're right about that. Charles writes, get the vaccine or don't, it's your business. I'm always from the school of do you. Just know there are consequences to your choice, but by all means, do you. See, I agree with what Charles said. That's where I'm at with it. Do you get it or don't get it? Do you? Drop writes, all views points are welcome on Nathan Ivey Show, but all viewpoints are not treated equally. Well, I mean, I think that's as good as you're going to get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, once you open your mouth and have something to say, then people are going to judge you by what just came out of your mouth. Depending on the audience, it could go either way. At the same time, you always got the freedom and the right to share your opinion. You might agree or disagree with the host or anybody else in here. You might go hard. Cool. I'm down with all of that. Jericho writes, it's odd how people say what you do or don't doesn't bother me when it clearly does. Do you unless you're placing me and mine at risk by your actions? I have nothing to say, period. She's right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that. Glenn writes, nothing like the first day of school feeling. Oh, man, that first day of school, so fond. Get the brand new shell toes on or whatever the brand new clothes are. You work during the summertime. And so now the first week is like a little fashion show if you're in that kind of stuff. Like I said, my son was excited. He wouldn't go to sleep last night. He was up to like 10 o'clock. I go in the boy's room. He laying there wide awake, looking right back at me. Kept getting out the bed. He's excited. He's like, Dad, can you believe I'm a first grader? That's what he kept saying all day yesterday. Can you believe I'm a first grader? I do believe it, son. Oh man, Glenn writes, look, listen to Nate giving advice to teenage girls on how to dress. I mean, that's anybody. Dress for comfort. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Dress for comfort. Jack writes, we wait on approval, saps. You're just not gonna let it go, huh? Jerome writes, is it the unvaccinated people or taking off the mask and not social distancing that's spreading the virus? I think it's the latter two. So you can be unvaccinated, but you still chilling. You still acting like, oh, this is serious. So you're not you wearing your mask, you're social distancing. It's the people who are unvaccinated and then they're not wearing masks, they're not social distancing. Those are the real problems. Those are the real problems. But listen, folks, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I will be back and hopefully better than ever tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30 a.m. We'll chop it up on people, politics, and pleasure, everything that's going on. Please like and share today's show. It means everything when you do. I'll be back tomorrow, as I said, bright and early on a Friday. Check out the flows, all right? And I'll leave you with our motto. It's very, very simple. We can say it together. Are you ready? It goes a little something like this. Winners focus on winning. Matter of fact, I want you to see me when I say this. Winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. So stay focused and stay winning. And we'll talk real soon. Until next time, I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did this for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, got them feelings I throw all my pain on percussion. The disgusting.